Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Yo, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Unnamed Sports Show right here on Gorilla Cross Radio. We're powered by Precharge. I'm your host, Quan59. We got an afternoon show for you, Thursday afternoon.
I like it.
A little different because we're in the new studio, broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, down a little farther in the town, but still downtown Las Vegas. But the issue we have now is the fact that we have windows. The last studio didn't have windows, which I appreciate the windows. I appreciate the real sunlight. It's nice when you're just chilling. You've got the sun coming in. You feel me? Feels open.
You're not in a dungeon.
Yeah.
But we're going to close them off because the lighting gets crazy when you try to do cameras. So we spent a good half an hour trying to get the camera straight. That's not the only reason why we're late, though. We're just late. It's us. And that will change in the new spot, but we're not officially open till January, so you guys got to deal with us for the rest of 2019, being 2-ish on Thursdays and 8:30-ish on Mondays, p.m. West Coast time. Listen, if you're watching live, please share the live feed. If you want to call us up and talk to us about what's going on, hit us up, 702-608-3259. Once again, that phone number is 702-608-3259. Jose said he's on his way, so he'll get here right in time.
Oh, is Jose coming in?
No, he's not.
Oh, that's
He might be. I don't know. He can call me.
Tell Jose I got my Caps jersey on ready for him today. I'm ready. I was ready for him. Just in case he popped up, I was like, it feels like a Caps day today.
You guys played tonight?
No. We won our 5th in a row last night.
That's good.
Yeah.
We have number 5 in a row tonight. If we win tonight, we win 5 in a row.
Number 1 in the league.
5 in a row.
And we have a special guest. We're only going to hear a voice, but she's bragging over there because we all went. It was, I'm not sure, was it your first hockey game ever, Steve?
Yeah, that was my first one.
So
ever.
we went to a preseason Golden Knights hockey game last year. And there was a girl over here, too, like talking mess about being a St. Louis Blues hockey fan. And we're like, Blues kind of suck. So we're making fun of her a little bit. And then halfway through the season, January, it's like, okay, Stino, you got the worst team in the whole entire National Hockey League. Your team was something in bad. You had the worst record January 3rd.
Yeah, it was the worst. They were the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
And then you forgot that
pull that mic down a little bit so you could actually,
so we can hear her voice.
But then it happened. It happened. They didn't just show up. They won the whole entire thing. So, listen, we could talk all the junk we want, but she's the only one that could really talk junk right now. We got Stina Huff in the building. She didn't want to be pictured on camera. Josh, go ahead and tell us what you want to tell us about her. You guys are friends now. So tell us what you need to tell us about Stina Huff.
Stina's movie collection that she has.
Her watch list.
Her watch list for her life is a bit troubling.
It's small on classics.
It's a bit troubling.
It's small on
to say the
classics.
least. I'm not so much upset with her as I am her husband. Her
Wow.
husband
It's his
is
fault.
falling asleep at the wheel.
He's not doing a good job of being the man of the house.
And
Wow. Look, we got more important things to do than just sit around watching old classics.
apparently not. You guys watch movies every day.
We do watch movies, but we watch. It's so much new stuff that's pretty good that
No,
we've
it's
been watching.
not. The new stuff is trash.
Have you not watched? That's the problem, Josh. You're not watching Watchmen. Yeah, exactly.
You're in comfort for me right now?
Exactly.
When's the last time you watched Power?
I ain't seen
Never.
one episode of
Never.
Power.
I've seen Power.
If you
Episode
gonna
of
come for
Power.
me, the black delegation will still come for you. So I'm okay.
It's all right.
I give you a written synopsis of what's going on in Power if you wish to take it there.
I have no
not
idea.
watched Watchmen. I told you my situation with Watchmen.
Man, you gotta watch it.
They're ripping in the fabric of what the Watchmen was about.
No, they're ripping into the fabric of what life is about.
Oh,
That's what they're
Lord
doing.
have mercy. I'll watch it.
It's the best show
I
on
haven't watched
TV.
it yet, but listen, this is a show that's been out for 2 months, Steve.
Yeah.
There's shows that have been out, or movies that have been out since the 90s, the
Decades.
80s. Rocky came out in 76. And she has yet to see, when you say if he dies, he dies, she has no
nothing.
clue.
She had
No
no
clue.
Look,
Look at her face.
just-
Her face is like, no, I don't know.
but it's not it's not like it's only like 5 good movies that are like super classics that she hadn't seen. It's a lot of movies. But we have been watching we literally just watched
Rambo.
all the Rambos.
Wait, you cannot watch Rambo
bad, and
before
indifferent.
Rocky, Steve.
Well, only because
We
we
gotta
were
start
trying
somewhere,
to
Oh,
get
bro.
you
Like,
gotta
we
catch a
can't-
new one.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were.
we
trying
were
So-
trying to catch the new Rambo.
She
So
hasn't seen Creed, though, has she?
Yeah,
she's seen the Creed.
I did.
How you watch Creed and not Red?
He had to, like, you know.
Yeah,
Look.
Quan doesn't get up, but see, Quan has more space now, so he has somebody he can actually walk to. He can walk away now. Before, Quan was in he was sucked in his cubicle. He couldn't really
So
move
look,
around.
man, like
Wait, Steve, how'd you let her see Creed 1 and 2?
it's only because we
She
got
had
kids,
no idea.
man. It's
Creed
only so
2?
So
much
she
time.
had,
You seen Creed 2?
Yeah, I
so
gave-
she
I
had
gave her-
no idea who the white dude was
No, I gave
in
her.
the movie.
I gave her
Yes,
a rundown
Who's
of
that
who he
old white
was.
guy that
Like,
keeps telling us do what to do?
That's
I
the
gave her a
thing is
rundown. She knew what was up.
I knew some of them because I would see part of movies. That's the thing is I never saw them all the way through.
Okay.
So I would see part of
It's one of
them or whatever. So
Man, hey, look,
it's one of them things like as an adult, you just haven't sat down and watched this whole movie all the way through.
Right.
you're
But you've seen
adulting.
enough to get the gist. You know what I mean?
So I knew who he
So-
was. I had to ask a couple questions, like the chick. I'm like, who is she? And then he was like, oh, that was the wife or whatever from the other.
That's
I'm like,
Gita.
oh, okay.
That's Flavor Flav's ex. And the reason that we
Flavor
know who
Flav's
she
ex.
is, well, no, that's not the reason. She was a big time. And now she's got a
She's
camera.
had no-
She's got a camera. She's got a camera. Just that quick.
Why would you
Look.
do that?
Just that quick. See, this is what our show is about. Our show is not only about sports, but it's about the families that are behind the faces. And Stina is here.
So look,
Yeah.
we've watched a lot of movies that she hadn't seen, but it's some of them like she's just not interested in. So I'm not gonna
Yes.
force her to watch a movie that
like
she's
the
not
Notebook
interested in.
that's gonna make you cry too,
Oh
Steve.
my God.
I ain't even interested in the
just
Notebook.
can't.
I don't-
just can't. I'm sorry.
It's
Can't
really,
do-
really
You know
great.
what? I saw, I would say like Titanic. I saw that 6 times in the movie theater. Those
See,
are,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what
that's
she's
like I am a fan of soppy movies, but I just can't do the Notebook.
I'll be honest, I've never seen the full version of Titanic because I didn't see it in the movie theater.
No,
So when Titanic came out, it was on VHS.
Yeah, it was 2
VHS
cassettes.
tapes were limited. Thanks for telling my
Right.
story, Steve. VHS were limited.
nice.
I could never get up and put the second cassette in. I was just like, okay,
These
I've been
kids-
here 2.5
These
hours
kids
already.
today just don't know our struggle. I was
Yeah,
talking
they
to
don't
my
know.
niece last week before Thanksgiving. I took her to the movies, and I took her to the Mr. Rogers movie. And so we were just talking about Mr. Rogers and how when Mr. Rogers started, and we started talking about just TV and how TV was different. I was like, yeah, when Mr. Rogers was on Uncle Josh, we only had 4 stations, including
yeah.
PBS. PBS was like the 5th.
Yeah.
That was all we had. And she was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, TV used to go off. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, TV would go off. Like, you just hit 12 midnight and it'd be like,
Yeah.
all night.
Yeah.
Go off. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, long distance call. She's like, what's a long distance call?
Long distance call.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like, bro, like we have, like, you think we haven't really seen a lot of changes in our lifetime, but a lot has changed. So
Yeah.
And yo, we got a caller live on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? You guys hear me?
we can hear
Yep.
Okay. You know what? I want to touch on this guy, the guy who made the Ravens comments, made the Lamar Jackson comments.
Okay.
You know what I find funny is kind of the media, which topics they want to pick and choose, what's to highlight, what's to expose, what's to put in the mainstream. If you remember back a few weeks ago, Earl Thomas said, no way, a white Texas college quarterback is not going to bring them forward. They're not going to succeed with a white quarterback at Texas. And that's received no media coverage. No one in ESPN was talking about it. No one on Fox Sports.
I didn't hear that
I
myself.
didn't hear that one either. Where did he say that? Do you know where he said that, or like where that was published as him saying that?
I'm not sure. If you dig for it, you can look it up. There's
Sure.
a quote out there.
And who said that again?
That's the thing.
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas. Okay.
Earl Thomas. And then you look back at that. Remember that Penn State story? You see how they received national coverage. It was on for 2 weeks, all because some guy wrote a letter saying something about his hairstyle, and they made it into this big thing, like, oh my gosh, this and that. It just seems. And then how about what's his name? Antonio Brown. What did he say? He allegedly called his coach a derogatory slur.
The GM, he called
And
him a
that just got
cracker. Yeah.
brushed. Yeah, this just kind of got brushed under the rug. I just wish they would cover it evenly. I don't condone what that dude said against Lamar Jackson, because he's for sure the most valuable player in the league right now.
Definitely.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
But it's just the media. They got a narrative to push, and kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't want to get you guys' thoughts on that. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you.
Definitely. What's your name?
Oh, he dropped off.
Okay. But I do agree, and we're going to play the clip of I think his name was Tim Ryan, that had said that.
I appreciate the call.
About Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson.
I like that.
And we've talked about that, especially in the chat group and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The reason it does get more coverage is because of what our country's been through. The white people haven't, like, we're not oppressed. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
there's a difference there. But at the same time, we're in 2019. Like, it should be equal. Like, we shouldn't be able to get away with
Right.
No,
having a racial slur
and-
towards another race.
Well, and look, and I'll say
Or the
this
coverage,
just,
like he said, it's not being covered the same way, because a racial slur is a racial slur if you're saying it to an Asian, Steve, a white person,
black person, Spanish person,
yeah,
Latino. It should be covered. It should be covered the same.
Yeah.
For whoever it is.
I think that.
But I know that we talked about it in the chat group before, and that was something that, like, when the whole situation came up with Antonio Brown, you guys kind of made light of it, and and I was mad, and you guys still get on me for being mad, and I'm like, hey man, like it's not right, but he's right, they never really, like, it kind of got hinted that he said it. And then it never was substantiated.
Cracker and the N-word are two totally different things, and some people try to equate those as being the same.
They're not the same
at all. And to me, it's a funny word. So it's like people try to use that as a racial slur towards white people, and to me, it sounds funny when people say it. So that's why I laugh it off. We're going to have that
conversation today.
And
Go
so
ahead.
That's why I laugh it off.
See, here it is, and here's the difference is when you try to compare it to the N-word, there is no comparison. The N-word is a far worse word. But because that argument always takes that turn in comparison to the N-word, you forget that, wait a minute, he did just insult this man, though.
Yes.
And
In a racial way.
He did use a racial, right, explosive is probably the best way to say it, in that way.
Yeah.
So the argument always turns to, well, is this worse than the N-word? Is this worse than this? Is that?
Well, and here's the problem. It's not worse than the N-word for some people. Some people that might not affect them the same way.
Sure.
Right.
Like
some people, if they do get called a cracker, like maybe they do get offended at that.
Yeah.
And so for them, it's not, so you got to kind of look at it like that. But I mean, that was a great call.
That was a great call.
We
Thank
are going to
you.
play the
Appreciate
clip
that.
in a minute. I got to find that clip again. I know I posted it in the chat group, so I'm going to pull that up because we had the clip of him saying it.
Okay.
And the analysis, so you could read the words.
Sure, but
And then
you could hear
him
the
say it.
tone. The tone can be
It's
different.
all in the intention. Like
Yeah.
the
And
intention
I
behind
don't
it.
think there was any racial
Intent.
racist intent at all with him saying it. I think it was just sloppy for him to say it.
I think after, because I haven't heard it. I've only read what he said.
Sure.
And after reading it, I kind of, this is what's funny, because there's a part of me that was like, I agree. but then there's a part of me, he was like, but bruh, you said that the wrong way, man. I get what he was trying to say. It's basically like, look, this guy's arm is basically the same color of the football. So sometimes I can't tell if he's got the ball or don't have the ball. That's kind of the logic that he was making.
Yeah.
However, it takes away from his actual skill. It takes away from his ability, and it becomes an insult.
Well,
Instead
it
of-
becomes
you know
it
what I
honestly
mean?
becomes like he has an advantage.
Right,
is what
right,
you're
right.
saying.
It's trying to say,
You're
like,
saying that
oh, so
he's
because
not
he-
that good.
right.
He has an advantage that
It's just
I
'cause he's
have
black.
to respect him not making this handoff because I can't see.
And so the problem there is people have said that about black people so many times, like, well, you have an advantage of this because you're
Right.
black, or this because you're black.
Right.
And you're getting this opportunity because you're black. And
Sure.
I mean, black quarterbacks are a new thing.
No, they're not.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
they
is.
are.
Well, black quarterbacks.
Okay.
Are stars.
Josh.
We've had a handful of
Josh.
black quarterbacks.
Warren
until
Moon would
recently.
beg to differ.
Josh,
Warren Moon was
Josh,
a
you-
Hall of Fame
Josh,
quarterback.
wait, stop. Everybody stop. Everybody, I'm muting mics. You're missing the whole point. You know what I mean by saying it's new. There's a lot of black quarterbacks right now. Warren Moon was the one in the 80s
Right.
with Doug Williams appearing and Randall Cunningham appearing.
Whoa! Don't you do appear? He won a Super Bowl.
They appeared, Josh. I'm saying
How many
you're
black
missing the
quarterbacks
point.
were there
You're
when
missing the
Warren
point.
Moon was throwing the ball?
Not
3?
many. Not many.
4?
No. It's like
That's the whole point.
maybe 3 or 4. Sure.
Right.
So
Out
now,
of-
now in 2019,
But
this
the-
is by
but
far the most
This is the most.
we've
Right.
ever had.
This is the
Right.
and the most that they're doing well at the same
One's
time.
going to be an MVP.
But but if you think about it, like when Michael Vick came in the league, when Michael Vick came in, then his cousin Aaron Brooks came in the league, and they were both doing really well. And there have been
Don't forget about
pockets.
Donovan McNabb.
Thank you. There have been pockets of time where black quarterbacks
and it's
have done
one or
well.
two at a time.
But black
That's-
quarterbacks have
that's
won
my point, though.
MVPs. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like they've won MVPs. So
We're
like
not
let's-
saying like this is the first time black quarterbacks
Like,
have been on the scene, but when
sure.
you look at like the top 15 quarterbacks now, off the top of my head,
It's a-
probably half
there
of them
are a
are
lot.
black.
Yeah,
you
there
understand
are
what I'm
a
saying?
lot.
So
There
it's-
are a
Let me
lot.
rephrase. This is the first time it's not an anomaly.
right.
There's
There's not just one or two good black quarterbacks or one or two quarterbacks.
There's definitely a lot more opportunity.
There's
for
enough.
black quarterbacks.
they're
There's
not
enough-
known as the black
Yeah, yeah.
quarterback in the league.
Right.
to us.
Yeah.
No, to some people it still are, but
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like, oh, there's the one or two black quarterbacks we have in the
Yeah.
league right now.
Like I had to root for Michael Vick because he was the only one really good at the time.
True.
And then like Donovan McNabb, I felt like I had to root for him.
I did.
Now I don't.
He was in my division.
Like I can't even remember right now off the top of my head the Deshaun Watson. Like I've never felt like I have to root for Deshaun Watson
yeah,
because there's 6 other quarterbacks
sure.
that I could pick from now. You know what I mean?
More, I
Like,
mean,
yeah.
let's
Like,
name
it's-
the starters. Black quarterbacks in the league starting.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I
right.
mean,
You have Deshaun,
Deshaun
Watson,
Deshaun
like
Watson.
you said.
Patrick Mahomes,
Mahomes. Russell
Russell
Wilson.
Wilson,
Lamar
Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson,
Jacoby Brissett.
Brissett,
Dak
Brissett.
Prescott.
Dak
Dak,
Prescott.
Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins.
Russell. I mean,
I already got Russell.
Tampa Bay.
And
Tampa Bay.
a great
Jameis
Jameis
Winston.
Winston. A great
Uh,
backup that started 4 games.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy
Teddy
Bridgewater,
Bridgewater.
who will be starting next year for somebody.
Sure.
That's 9.
Yeah, you're not gonna count RG3 then.
But still, that's
Well,
another
we could even say, like,
backup.
you know,
but I
he's-
mean, we're just naming
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
that have started this
Right.
year, and we're up to at least 9 out of.
You're talking about 9 quarterbacks where you could potentially have a like before there was no who's the best black quarterback. Well, it was only 3 of them.
Yeah.
Now
so you're choosing out of that
if you
3.
want to, yeah, you know, you see what I'm
and they're,
saying?
and they're all different. I can say you can legitimately say
Right.
that there's a lot of different style
but
of
they
black
still
quarterbacks.
try to
Make him
I
a
mean,
wide
they still
receiver.
they still try to make them like they're all the same.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Like
yeah.
what Stephen A. Smith say about Haskins.
He's a running quarterback.
Yeah,
He ended up being a lot more athletic than a lot of
He's
people
more
gave
athletic,
him.
but at
he's
that
not
time,
a running. He's not a running quarterback by any means.
That was Stephen A. Smith just assuming, not watching.
And that's from another black analyst.
Right.
Well, no, he is. I'm saying
he is, right?
I'm saying,
He is.
okay, who's
But
he work for?
I get what you're
Because
saying. No, 100%. Because I was going to say
Stephen
something
A.
along those lines.
is definitely not always on that side.
He's not always on message.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you have to be. I think there's a lot of racial slurs thrown towards black people if they don't agree with the majority of black people too, which is another topic in itself.
You're talking Uncle Tom.
Yeah. And I don't agree with that. I hate that.
That word
and
I
the
can
other
say.
C word.
Yeah.
Other C word.
Raccoon. I hate those words.
Oh.
I hate them.
Forrest
They
Gump.
worse than the N word. Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just
I really do appreciate that call though. That was
that was
that was
good.
a good call.
and I have my finger right here because I was afraid that was going to be the
I wasn't sure, and he actually was
No, that was a
very
good call.
he was very good. He
Yeah.
was very precise with his wording. He didn't really get into the muck and mire very much. He more or less just really
I think
wanted our opinion
the overall.
and he didn't try to do an interview. He did a radio call. Thanks for taking my call.
and got out.
And so we appreciate it.
in and out.
Please call back anytime you have a question or a topic you want to talk about. Hit us up.
We'll have to
We
look into
appreciate the callers like
to
that.
the Earl Hunt, the Earl Thomas.
Earl
one.
Thomas,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll look more into that.
because I didn't
Definitely.
hear that one.
Yeah.
I think a lot of in today's just society in general, networks are more into making money. They make money off of clickbait. What's going to get them the most clicks? Newspapers aren't delivered anymore. They're on Facebook. They're on the internet. So back in the day when we got the news, it was a reporter delivering facts.
Yeah.
The news
Now the reporters have to deliver clicks.
soundbite.
They have to get
and they deliver their opinion.
right.
Yeah.
They have to give you an opinion. They have to give something so that they can get so many views and watches.
Which I don't blame
because
them.
that's
you,
where
you
they
know who I blame is the listener and the viewer of
Well,
stuff like that. They can't make
discern.
their own decision.
right.
Yeah,
And that's the
people can't
thing
discern.
but that's where the news makes their money now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we're in this situation of, what's going to get the most attention?
What's
This
what's
old
something
football
that could
player
be-
saying we need a black quarterback because he's black and whatever, or this white guy says something about this black quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's going to get the most clicks here?
It's,
you know
well,
what I'm saying? So
especially after a game where it was a hotly contested game.
Right,
and
right.
He has a lot more going for
Yeah.
him right now
right,
behind his name.
right,
You say Lamar Jackson, and it's already going to give you so many views and so many clicks.
exactly.
And then number 10, Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
of Girls
yeah,
Have
yeah.
Sports
Yeah, yeah.
Kyler
threw that
Murray.
one at us. So
Yeah.
I mean that's at least 10 quarterbacks we've named that have started this season. Black quarterbacks.
I'm gonna keep thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is great.
the
I mean,
point. The point is just there's
We
more.
said- we
There's a
said
lot
Dak?
more now
What's
than there
that?
was.
We said Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
we said
Dak.
that.
Yep.
Okay. I'm still thinking. You go ahead.
But no, I'm just saying, like the point that we're making is just there's a lot more now that it's not a debate on if the black quarterback can get a shot.
Sure.
Okay,
You know
so
what I
real
mean?
quick, I'm
Like,
going to play the snippet of Tim Ryan's comments on Lamar Jackson. I think he was talking after the game. I'm not sure if this was during the game or not.
Cam.
But it was analysis. Cam Newton.
That's 11.
Gosh.
All right, how we forget about? Oh well.
He's been hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's how we forgot about.
So here's the clip of Tim Ryan talking about Lamar Jackson and faking the handoff and stuff like that. So we'll play the clip and then we'll talk about it and how we feel, because we saw the headline saying dark skin with the dark football, and that was the headline.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll hear what he had to say, and yeah.
When his dark skin color with a dark football with a dark uniform, you could not see that thing. I mean, you literally could not see when he was in and out of the mesh point, and and that's gonna mean, and you're a half step slow on it.
So.
And this was on the radio. This was
it was on the radio.
He's
He's a color analyst.
They had
So he
on.
was analyzing the color, I guess.
They had on their black uniforms.
Their black uniforms. So he wasn't
The Ravens.
lying.
Yeah.
He just could have left out the whole skin color thing, though. He could have blamed it on, he got on a dark uniform.
Yeah,
it's
dark-
a dark
yeah,
ball.
If you would have stayed on dark uniform with the dark
But at the
ball,
same time, he was right, though, because if it's
And-
on my arm, that football will look different on my arm.
Yeah,
and it's funny because
And listening to it made me
like-
feel a lot different than reading the initial comment.
right.
When I first initially read it, I'm like, this racist jerk. And Tim Ryan, I believe, has played in the NFL before.
Yeah.
CTE.
My only, like, I hear him, and I don't think there's any racist or negative intent behind it. Of course, hindsight, it could always have been worded differently, but listening to it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The only insult, in my opinion, is it's taking away from his ability to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's almost as if to say,
Oh, that's why.
It's saying, well, he's only doing that because of this. Like, I can't tell you how many old white people have told me, well, black people have more muscles in their legs. Black people have different muscles around their knees, and they have different things in their shoulders, and that's why this
why
and
you're
that.
so
And it's like, and it's
stronger than me.
Yeah, and I'm always thinking like, well, no, it's actually because they bred us slaves to be stronger, and they killed off a lot of the
Weaker
smaller
ones.
people. So,
Or they just,
you know,
And
like
then
if
they're
you
like,
want to
"We're
be
bringing up
racist,
the
like,
past."
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's exactly what it always
can't
ends the
have it both
conversation.
ways. Can't have it both
The
ways.
minute I take it back to slavery, then it's like, oh well,
We gonna
let's
talk
talk
about
about something
slavery?
else. Yeah. Let's talk about something
Yeah.
else. Yeah, you know. I actually found
He's
the
bringing up the race thing. No, Karen, it's called racism.
For those of you that do not understand that comment,
It's a
Quan-
chat group comment.
Chat is a chat
Oh,
group.
gosh.
It's one of
But
one of
at the
Quan's
same time, what
comments.
Tim Ryan said, I think we would say that if we're just talking, like watching a game. You know
That's
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying. Yeah.
I feel like that's what he was doing. I don't think there was intent. It's just publicly,
Did you guys
everything is
all-
going to be,
Well,
exactly.
Well, did everyone hear him hesitate when he realized he had hit the point of no return? He couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
he
You just gotta
couldn't
keep
take it
going.
back.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, "Well, I gotta double down now." Like he like stopped. Like he was like, "Yeah." Like,
it is
like,
dark
like,
hair.
stopped.
Hey.
He
And
stopped
those
for like
black
half a beat and
lips.
was like, "Oh,
those black nose he's got,
breathing all the way back
black
there."
gums.
Oh, man.
Oh, she doesn't get that joke.
Dark
She
and
doesn't.
darker.
She doesn't get the Menace to Society reference.
But at the same
Talking
time,
about
he's
black
not the
girl.
first black quarterback. So for him to say that's the reason the handoff fakes are so good. And then he did at the end. He's like, you're already a step behind
Yeah.
trying to catch him anyway. So
Anything,
with all those factors,
yeah,
if you're already
Yeah.
too slow to get this guy,
that's all he needs.
there's
I
like
have-
one little advantage. But
I've made many points about how ugly and dark
Hey,
that man
whoa.
is.
Hey,
So,
Wow.
look, look,
wow,
look,
man.
Coming from
let's
the yellow.
look, pull up a picture of Lamar Jackson and tell me he's
not
handsome.
attractive.
Thank you. So that's what I've said. All right, let's
Coming
not.
from a Brady.
Friday.
Yeah.
Not a righty.
We're gonna get phone calls. Who's that girl calling Steve or Brady? If you guys do want to call in, hit us up 702-608-3259. Give us your opinion on this Tim Ryan thing, talking about Lamar Jackson. If you guys got an opinion on it, if not, but we do live in a society that breaks down everything.
Right.
And we
now.
have to have a news story every day that we're outraged about. Why don't we bring up good news? Like LeBron giving up his shoes to some white kids
Yeah.
in Utah.
No,
Yeah.
Gave
we're
one
gonna
shoe
talk
each.
about. We're gonna talk about him dancing on the floor with socks on his feet.
Yeah.
Because it's so disrespectful.
Hold on, before we skip. Okay, I
Go
just
ahead.
looked up Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry.
Girl,
Say it. Say what? Listen, this
Have
is a
y'all
new
seen,
opinion.
Y'all seen Fifth Element, right?
Oh gosh,
wait.
she's evil. We can't
what is
have
she-
two
what is
huffs
she-
on the
what-
show
What is
anymore.
she trying to
We
say
can't
about
have
Fifth
two
Element?
huffs
I'm
on the
really
show.
trying to think. Like,
He looks like
don't
one
you say the singer?
No,
Not her.
Not her.
Okay, all
But
right.
one
all
of those
right.
little people with the guns, that's like breaking down in the room.
girl, bye.
I'm sorry.
Girl, bye.
See,
You can't tell me.
I ain't the only one
you
think that
can't
boy
tell.
ugly.
Girl, bye.
I didn't say he was ugly. I just said he looked like that.
I do have the.
Some people may be attracted
that
to
is
it.
extraterrestrial ugly, is what you say.
No,
I did-
some people may
That's
be
ugly.
attracted to that. I'm
That's
just saying, like,
ugly.
I did find the Earl Campbell comment
The
it's on-
Earl
about.
Thomas.
My bad. Hold up. Was it Earl? No, it was Earl Campbell. No, it was Earl Campbell.
Oh, then he got it wrong.
it was
Then
Earl
the
Campbell.
caller might have gotten
Yeah,
it
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Then.
Oh,
Okay, because Earl Campbell did go to Texas, I believe.
yeah, it's Earl Campbell, 64-year-old Earl Campbell.
Okay.
And he says, quote, until the University of Texas realizes you have to have a black quarterback and nothing else, and nothing against Ellinger, you got to have a talented black quarterback, Campbell said. All these schools that are winning, even in the pros, have black quarterbacks. When guys are not open, something can still happen.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, he's basically trying to say, like, and to me, this is, I don't want to call it reverse racism, but this is kind of racism from the same point. It's like saying, oh, black quarterbacks are more athletic. Black quarterbacks can make things happen when people aren't open.
When it's off schedule, I can still make a play.
Right, and you can.
But
and
then
you
if
can,
a white person said that same thing,
that would be
take it a
super-
totally
and that's
different way.
right, and that's my point, because if he just says they need an athletic quarterback, they need somebody who can run and throw the ball.
Thank you.
That sounds a whole lot better than we need a black quarterback. Like, why do we need a black one? Like,
what's his name?
understand what I'm saying?
Allen on the Bills.
Yeah,
his long
yeah.
legs is super fast.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other
the one
quarterbacks
that
that
just
can run.
played for that plays for Detroit. I don't remember the child's name, but he actually was really, really fast, and they were talking about how athletic he was. All you need is an athletic quarterback.
Yeah.
If he would have
Right.
said, and to Steve's point, if he would have said, my kind of quarterback that I like is an athletic quarterback because he can make other things happen. Right now, we don't have a quarterback that can do that,
Right.
and that's having adverse effects on the field.
And
if
I
he
think
said that
and,
been a
and that's
totally
the difference when people want to mention race all the time. A lot of times, if you just stop and think for 2 seconds and try to use words that don't involve race, you'll come up with a much better sentence that won't land you in hot water.
Yeah.
And I'll also say the reason why, to our caller, I think the reason why nobody kind of cares about this and it got swept under the rug is because this is an old black man saying this about black people.
Earl Campbell.
You see what I'm saying?
If it was Earl Thomas, that would have been different because that would have been relevant today. That's why I was like, why is he talking about a Texas quarterback? Quarterback, you know what I mean?
Right.
That
So
makes sense.
it's one of those things where you have to look at sometimes, and this goes for white people too. Like older people, they use more.
Don't speak for us.
Well, they use
color
more.
words.
No, just older generation. The older generation use more colorful language because that's how they spoke to one another.
But it's and like 90% of the time, it's never perceived racist if the person talking about black people is black or the person talking about white people is white. You know what I mean? So that's probably why nobody wants to talk about
white
this,
people in a Vegas Golden Knights group, and I was called racist because I brought up the race thing.
The race thing.
But that's because you brought up
Karen.
Because you brought up that black guy, the goalie.
Subban.
Girl.
Subban, who since then has won 4 games in a row, by the way. Ever since all that outrage,
let him
Facebook
lose.
groups,
let him lose 5 in a row and see what happens.
No, they already did. That's
Right. Let them lose 1 in a row, and they're gonna be like that black. We need to get a white goalie.
No, they won a game last time. Like if it wasn't for the hat trick by Marshall Shaw.
Thank God for Marshall Shaw.
If we weren't walking on water. People, man.
My goodness.
But
that's too funny.
man, going back to
the race thing.
Yeah. Called racism, Karen. That's exactly how I said it in my head when I said
when
it.
you said it in your head, that's how it came out.
I was so glad her real name was Karen too.
That's what made it so much more funny.
Like that was her
real name
I'm
was
like,
Karen.
I cannot wait, and she just looked like the typical Karen you would use that name for.
Did she have a bob?
Yes.
She was white lady
and
Karen.
she was like in her 50s.
Yeah.
I'm so through with
She's
you.
the one that's like, let me speak to your manager.
Right away.
Yeah.
Right away.
That was so sweet.
Oh, the manager.
Yeah.
Go get the manager. What's the manager gonna do?
No.
Because best believe I could jump on you before the manager get out here. Just say
Go
it.
get the manager. I am the manager.
Yeah. That's the one that breaks someone's heart.
It's like that. It's like that video at McDonald's. The lady threw the food at the people because her fries were cold. 30 minutes later, she came back 30 minutes later saying her fries were cold. Threw the bag at the worker. The worker grabbed a blender and hit her in the face.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
I promise you did. We had
Her whole
Bro,
face.
her whole
I
eye
missed
was
that one.
swole.
I missed
Late
that.
knocked her
I
out,
was
bro.
dying.
You know how boxers hit the ground and they kind of like wobble around like a turtle trying to get up?
Yeah.
The lady did that after she got hit with the blender, bro. It was classic, bro.
That's the video of 2019.
Google it, bro. That was the
That's
best
the video
thing
of
I've seen
2019.
in a long time. Oh,
well,
man.
since the last McDonald's one, when the girl put hands on the dude who tried to grab her.
Oh yeah, that one was good. The little girl.
Yeah.
She went to work.
Listen, here's about I go to fast food way too much, especially for my age. Go into drive-throughs. You just don't mess with those people because all I'm thinking is, I'm driving up there like I'm gonna get my food. It's already bad for me. I don't want them to make it worse for me, right?
right.
Yeah.
I know they hate their job. I'm driving up here knowing they hate their job.
How are
I'm
you
gonna
today?
be super cool to them.
How
Unless
are
you go
you?
to
I'm
Chick-fil-A.
gonna make them laugh. What's that?
I said unless you go to Chick-fil-A.
Hey, Chick-fil-A, they all love their jobs and Jesus.
Chick-fil-A.
But I go knowing that like this person might not be happy at all. I actually went to a drive-thru the other day, and the dude with the headset was on a smoke break. So I'm like, I'm not going to that one. But like I'm gonna skip this.
He didn't watch.
But you
his
know that
hands.
you got to be nice. So I don't know why people act crazy. I worked in restaurants for a long time, and I didn't understand why people would yell at me in a way they wouldn't yell at me if I had my uniform off and we're both outside on the sidewalk or in a grocery store walking side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not going to talk to someone like that in regular life,
Don't talk.
don't
to
do
me
that
like
at their job.
At my job.
Because
Yeah.
my thing is, I got hot water in my hands, possibly. I could accidentally trip over your foot and put that in your lap. And
Bro.
there's
Have
just
some
things that can
damage.
be done. You know
It
what I'm saying?
happens-
And I never did
yeah.
that at restaurants, but I've seen people
Really?
spit in drinks,
Yeah.
spit in the whole tea pitcher, be like, here you go, smile as they did it, put
Wow.
steak on the floor in the drain, and wrap it back up, and here's your to-go order.
So Jerome, my brother.
Wow.
Jerome, he worked.
Jerome, your brother.
He worked.
Is that what you call him?
Well,
When you call him on the phone? Jerome, my brother.
No, I just say, hey man.
Hey, man.
No, what he would do, he didn't do dirty things, but he just wouldn't give you your bread and stuff on time. Like, it would just be real cold. Like he would
Yeah.
like bring it out instead of it being warm, it would just be hard as a rock. Like he'd give the bread that was like
That
that
old
someone
bread.
sent back.
Yeah,
he'd re-gift that.
that's funny.
People act like that.
I have seen the movie Waiting. I mean, it's on topic.
It's relevant, Josh. It's relevant.
It's on topic. The funny thing is, I saw that when I was working at Cheesecake Factory, and that movie was definitely 100% on point
Really?
with restaurants.
I
But
never,
that's definitely a B movie, so you've missed a lot of A's and saw a B.
Hey, I'm just saying it.
front
goes,
to back.
It goes with the topic.
Hey,
It
Fair
does.
enough.
It does. We got
It's
Stina
relevant.
Huff in the building with us. Steve's better half is in the building. She knows a lot more about sports than him, too.
wow.
I'm joking.
I do. I know a lot.
Wow.
She
knows a little bit.
She knows her St. Louis Blues one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And the Cardinals.
I want to jump back up to LeBron James. Lakers have been killing it.
Mhm.
They are 19-3, doing a lot better than they did last year at this time.
They were
15
15 and
That's
9.
6 more losses than 3. It's getting darker in here, and
It
it's
is.
showing. So
It's
we
always
definitely
going.
need to, because I can't adjust the cameras live.
You can't adjust the camera.
We're just
once
all
you
getting
start.
darker. It's like fade to black. The show's over, guys. God is
Fancy
telling us when
football.
the show ends. Like, no, fade to black. Guys, fade to black.
It's gonna black out in here in a minute.
Can't see the
So
football.
Lakers end up going to Utah, blowing them out pretty much the whole game.
They did.
LeBron and AD pretty much sat the whole fourth quarter. LeBron takes his shoes off, signs his shoes, and gives them to two kids. You know, one shoe each. You're not going to ever wear them. You're too small to wear them. The kids are excited. Hey, we got LeBron's shoe. Like, what the heck? So you don't have extra shoes on the bench unless you really need them. They can go in the back. The trainer will bring your shoes.
Yeah.
But later, I think Kuzma blocked somebody twice.
Yeah.
LeBron gets super excited, jumps up and down. Of course, kind of comes onto the court a little
Oh, he was
bit.
on the court. He was under the key. Which let's at least call it what it was.
Which, it's fine. Like, people do that. You're excited
Yeah.
because I think they had called a timeout. So it's like you're coming onto the court anyways with the timeout.
Okay. I didn't see the.
But
the
he's wearing
aftermath
socks.
of the
He's
play.
not wearing shoes anymore because he had given his shoes,
away.
which he didn't have to do. Usually, if that's done, it's done after the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did it during the game, like the camera,
Game's
it's
over.
cool. Like, wow, I got
Yeah.
a LeBron James autographed shoe.
They showed the kid running in the stands.
showed
Yeah,
the two
yeah.
little white
excited.
kids,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like Goose said on the chat, it wasn't going to be any other people than white kids in Utah. And hopefully it wasn't the kids of that dude that was doing Russ dirty
Russell
last year.
Westbrook. Oh my god.
But the commentator said something about LeBron jump. Look at him. So disrespectful, not even
Yeah.
wearing shoes. It's like, but did you say anything when LeBron autographed those shoes that he could have actually put on eBay himself and sold for 10,000
thousands
Yeah.
of dollars.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're focused on this.
Why don't you focus on the fact that your team getting blown out to the point that LeBron can actually sell his shoes before the game's over?
They got blew
Like,
out.
that's what the commentator is supposed to
Now,
be
he
talking
gave
about.
his shoes away at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Like, I'm not coming back in this game.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what the commentator should have been talking about.
Did you guys see LeBron's response though?
No, please read
I
it.
saw it.
Okay.
Read it to us though.
All right. So LeBron responds after all the nonsense with this comment.
Right.
Imagine doing your job at the highest level to where you're not needed anymore. Giving your shoes to a little girl and boy who you inspire and hoped you'd made proud that night. Then cheering on your teammates because you love seeing them succeed more than yourself, only to be criticized while doing it. People, it's the world we live in, and you can't let it ever get... Oh, hold on, sorry. You can't let it ever stop you from your purpose in life. Sorry, it's so small on my phone. Negativity, bad energy, hate, envy, etc., will try to bring you down throughout your journey, and it's up to you on how you handle it. I handle it by simply saying thank you with a smile on my face and continue to push forward while doing it. Live, laugh, love.
And that's a great response. But the fact that he had to
Respond.
You blew out a team last night. Had a great game. The team's been playing great as a team. Like, everyone seems to like each other on this team that was getting criticized last year for not liking each other and not LeBron sitting on the end of the bench while all of his teammates are over here. And this year it's a totally different story. And he has a really good game. They've been having fun. And he has to, like Stina said, he had to respond. Why do you have to wake up and respond to that?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the commentator?
Yeah, let's hear what he had to say.
Big fella turns in a crowd, continues to fight, blocked again. Look at LeBron is on the court with no shoes, mind you. What is going on here? That's some disrespect right there. Please, LeBron onto the court, no shoes on. Yeah, he's giving his shoes away to a fan.
Yeah.
Giving his shoes away to a fan.
Of course it's disrespect. Y'all getting whooped by 27 points. That's the disrespect.
So if he had his shoes on, it would have been okay.
I guess.
Probably
no,
not.
they would have found something.
No, they would have. Yeah, they would have found something else to be mad about. Like, why is LeBron on the court?
He still would have been on the court, but
I thought it was hilarious when I
on.
saw it. It's like, dude, he's running out with no shoes on. Like, that's funny
just,
to me.
They don't
Who
like to
even
see
pays
you.
attention to that? Like,
He could have he could have been called back into the game and still balled them up with no shoes on.
Look,
Like, your team, I'm sorry, bro, your team should not let a guy take his shoes off then.
the white man
That's
really
your
don't
team.
want to see the black man with no shoes on living his life. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. Every time black man put his feet up, the white man got something to say.
Well, if he was wearing black socks.
If he had on black socks, you know what I'm saying?
Black socks and dark skin.
You know what I mean?
Oh, geez.
That's the only reason LeBron's so
Well,
good
LeBron
because he's
doesn't
so
have
dark.
any feet.
If you notice, bro,
Pull it together.
I completely forgot what I was about to say.
So disrespectful.
Oh,
He's been
my
playing in this league with no feet.
Whole career.
His whole career, he's been footless. No wonder why he's so good.
Uses less oxygen and gets to the rim faster.
Those
No
people.
feet.
It's an unfair advantage. Where the poor little tink. He's like, wait. So this
Nah, he
man
ain't
with
no
no
poor little-
legs, he's got an unfair advantage. Oh,
He and
okay.
poor little Tink.
The
Tink.
bu-
He killed
the-
his girlfriend.
The blade. Oh yeah, poor little tink.
He ain't
Hey.
poor no more.
Just out there killing people, man.
All right, there's a protest in the NBA, folks.
What's this?
Protest in the NBA. Has nothing to do with race. Has to do with dunks that come out of the bottom of the rim and look like they miss.
Oh yeah,
James Harden.
I didn't know. I didn't see that in game. Did you hear about that, Steve?
Heard about it, but I didn't
was
see it,
watching it, and I saw the replay. And initially, it looks like, oh, he might have missed that. But when you watch the replay, okay, cool, it went in.
Unquestionable.
It's the net flipped around over the rim.
Yeah.
We know that is being in basketball. Anytime the net flips over the rim, the ball went
had
in.
to go
Yeah, the ball
through.
went
The
in.
ball
yeah.
had to go through that to make the net do that.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. They end up losing by 2 in overtime.
One. They lost by one.
135-133. to the San Antonio
I thought
Spurs
it was one.
in overtime.
They must have hit another free
This
throw.
was with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. Rockets, here's my problem with the protest, though. They didn't count that dunk. It should have counted. They didn't count the dunk. Sometimes you just have to move on. Sometimes they get a goaltending wrong. To me, that's kind of the same thing. But the ball did go in. It went through the cylinder.
Listen,
it's not good. But I just want to let me finish my story real quick. Then
Go ahead.
Break it down. 7:50 left in the game. Rockets are up 103-89.
Before those 2 points.
When that happened.
Yeah.
So they didn't give them those 2 points that would have put them up 105-89. That's a big lead with 7:50 left in the game.
Don't lose the lead.
Don't lose the lead. Don't let Lonnie Walker hit 2 or 3 threes at the end of the game.
Don't ruin
to bring
my
them
ticket,
back.
because that was the only one that ruined the ticket.
We know that when you're down by 3, you want to foul the person so they can't hit the 3-point shot, right?
Yeah.
Lonnie Walker was dicing them up. Went into double overtime, I believe.
It did.
Double overtime game. So you had all that time. If you're thinking like this whole time, okay, if we only lose by 2, so they want to get. We would have been up by 2 at the end of regulation if you would have given us that basket.
Okay, I was.
My problem
who
is
was
with
down.
7:50 left.
Yeah.
The game would have been played differently. So you can't say you would have won the game because we should have had those. You can't give those 2 points back at the end of the game because it was tied.
How much time
so
was
they
left after this?
7:50.
8 minutes. 8 minutes left in the game.
Shut up, man. Get out. Next thing you know, we're going to be going back to the first quarter. Well, there was a foul on that first layup we attempted.
Real quick,
come on,
my thing with that is they either want to be awarded the win or they want the game to be played back with 7:50 left. They want to play the last 7:50 of the game with the same score with that basket being added. So it'd be 7:50 left. Instead of 103, they'd have 105.
William Hill, do I get my money back if they win by 8? If they pull it out by 8,
look,
and
I better get my money.
What happens with the sports books like that?
Yeah.
If it changes the outcome.
That's a complete change.
And see, and this is what I think about, with all the reviews and all the technology we have, this is something that should have taken 10 seconds to fix. When it happened, it's nothing to stop the clock.
You review so
run
much
it back
now.
real quick.
You review so much now where it's like that was an easy review because when you saw the replay, you obviously saw him dunk it.
Exactly.
He made it,
And this is
and he dunked it so hard that it went through and came out.
And this is what I'm saying. The next time there's a dead ball, okay, let's check it and see.
Yeah.
Just like a 3-pointer. Was it still on the line or was it not on the line?
When they do that for the end of the, basically, next dead ball, I'll just run through it to make sure it's a 2 or a 3.
Next dead ball, let's check and see. If it's a bucket, we give them 2 points. If not, then it's whatever, right? It goes. It's just like with a 3. Sometimes it's on the line. They're like, oh, they're going to review that to see if it's a 3, and then 10 seconds. They haven't even stopped play.
They don't stop play.
Yeah, 10,
they just do that
10
in the middle
later,
of the play, and
right?
they
10
know
seconds later,
ball.
they're like, okay, yeah, it was a 3-pointer. It's good, so they're going to add a point to that team. That's all you have to do to fix this. There's no reason.
And another problem I have is the guy that's complaining about bad officiating is James Harden, who gets bad officiated for himself.
Anytime James Harden complains, I instantly change the channel, which it still doesn't.
It's still a bad call, but it's like, dog, you're benefiting a lot off bad calls.
Yeah,
so
they owe one.
If you lose one,
they owe us one.
Just okay. I get if you're 1 for 50 in bad calls, you're doing pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
So for every 50 bad calls you get one against you.
One snatch
you're doing pretty good. The funny thing, I think it might have been the same game. I'm not sure if it was the same game.
Yes, the video that I sent you.
The player or one of the fans in the stands was like, we don't want to see
a free throw shooting contest.
Oh, yeah.
And then James Harden barked back and said, I don't want to be effing fouled either.
Nobody wants to see people getting fouled the whole game either. So
ain't nobody.
Pretty funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
No, that was a good comeback.
No, I wasn't talking about the comeback. It was funny that he was close enough to at least let him be heard saying, I ain't here to see a free throw shooting contest because it was the beginning of the game. Like literally the game had just started. Like I forget what the score was, but for him to say that, James Harden probably had been in the line about 3 or 4 times already at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's so annoying seeing him go to the line so much because nobody else gets those calls.
No,
nobody, and it's to the point when there are calls ruled against them, like this game.
You don't feel
because there was another one when the guy was like clearly out of bounds, he took 4 steps out of bounds, dived and smacked the ball, and the refs let it play, and James Harden even stopped and was like, it's like, that's called like a get back. That's the refs trying to level the
Make a-
playing
make a
field.
call. I
A
gotta
makeup
give
call.
something.
They
I
have
gotta
to
give
give them something because they let you go to the line 72 times already. It's ridiculous, dude. Like, they have to do more makeup calls and stuff, and this is what happens.
Yeah.
Now you have bad officiating. I mean, what do you want to do? Let James Harden shoot free throws or hear him complain the whole game?
I don't mind the complaining.
Me neither. Let him
We're
complain.
starting to lighten up.
Steve,
We're starting to
well, I
lighten up.
lightened it up, and then Steve is falling all the way off the camera.
Yeah, I fell off the earth. I'm back.
There you go.
Yeah.
That camera's green for some reason.
The Laker
Yeah,
the
bro.
Laker wall isn't bad. It's not bad. I can't be mad at it.
The Laker wall.
Yeah, it looks
So
decent.
that banner's a little too big, but it had to be to fit all those banners on it. So
Wow.
how many?
Wow.
One,
It's
Oh my god.
it's 16.
8,
Let's say it's 3 times 4.
11, 12.
No.
Wait.
No, one of them has 5
One of them
on
has
it.
5 on it.
So that's one,
The top-
two, three,
the
four,
top
five.
left.
The blue one
Oh.
in Minneapolis. That's 5.
The ones they won back in the
Minneapolis, they couldn't
30s.
even.
5,
Oh,
6,
Hey, look here,
7,
man, the
8,
mic and
9,
drill still
10,
works.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 championships. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
they're all there, Quan.
They're all there. I just want to make sure. You never know with things like that. Sometimes there's glitches and malfunctions.
Yep.
In the
You know?
Matrix.
Misprints. And,
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Luke Walton over the summer got
Yes, we
sexual
talked about
harassment
this.
charges from Kelly
April.
Tennant, who actually was worked for the Lakers TV network,
Sportsnet.
Spectrum Sportsnet. Charges were dropped today.
Wonder
So
why.
No, dropped, and then I forget the word that's used, but basically her lawyers dropped it
to dismiss with prejudice,
with
which
prejudice.
means Tennant cannot file again
cannot
on this
file
issue.
again on the issue. Her lawyers did that, so she got paid.
Well, good for her.
Completely paid. 1,000%.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's always tough, man, because I always think, there are certain things where I don't understand how somebody could settle out of court for something. Then there's other things where it's, I guess, it's like if something
Might as
happened
well
to
get
you.
paid.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like if something happened to you, I guess settling out of court kind of makes sense.
Okay, as a
But I
guy,
don't know,
what's something that you could settle out of court for? Like if it was like someone was like, no, you go burn for this. Like what's your
Man,
no go?
Well, that's the thing. Like I
Mine
can't.
is very weak.
It would
Oh,
have to
gosh.
be.
You thought
Something
about
like
this too
property
many times.
damage, like somebody did something to my car or something. Because if you do something to me, I'm coming for you, or I want you to go to jail. Like you know what I'm saying? Like those are the options there. If you do
Those are
something to
your
my
two
family, same thing. It's either prison for the rest of your life, or I'm getting you when you get out, or I'm gonna get you before you go to prison. So you make your choice. You either want to get got in the streets or you want to go to jail. Like those, you pick.
So what is it that like you're like, all right, I'll take the money. I'll take the money. I'll shut up, and I'll be mad, but I just won't be mad in public.
It would have to be something where it was like maybe job related. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get a job, and then we found out the dude was racist.
Somebody
and something
slapped
like
you.
that.
Your boss slapped you at work.
My boss slapped me at work.
Just stop, Stina, stop.
I'm probably going to
She's
jail.
about to answer for him.
I'm just trying. Look, hey, no,
Stina,
look,
say
look.
what's on your face.
Wait.
No,
No,
her
wait.
facial expression is saying a lot.
Steve, you got slapped at work. You were mad, but you didn't retaliate. But Stina's got you amped up, everything, and they're like, "We're gonna give y'all $8 million."
Oh, I'm taking the money.
Oh, okay.
I'll take the money. Yeah, I'll take the money.
I'm just see quad. Everyone has.
But I can't see being.
Ted
I'm not gonna
DiBiase.
be.
Everyone has a
But
price.
we can't see it getting past him getting slapped and not slapping
Yeah.
back.
What's the scenario of me
Look,
being slapped and not slapping back?
Everybody grabbed him. No, Steve. They
Okay,
got him. They
okay.
got Steve free.
I might be slapping a bunch of multiple people. Like,
Right.
let me go. Like, I'm gonna slap everybody in here.
That's good.
That's what I'm saying.
Everyone has a price, Steve. Everyone.
But
has
no,
a price.
if I get out of there and I talk to my lawyer, and he's like, "You got a case," and then we go and it's like, "Oh, he could do 5 years for assault or whatever." But XYZ, they might, if you
MGM
just
Grand is gonna pay you $8 million.
to just drop it. Cool. All right,
All right,
get my money.
moving back on to sports.
That was good, Quan. That was good stuff.
Yeah, moving back on to sports. Stina, what is your favorite Rachel McAdams movie?
Who the heck is Rachel
Mean Girls.
McAdams?
And then you like that?
That's just,
Dang it, Stina, you're killing me.
And then my second one is Game Night
Oh, she has them in order. She already has an order of favorite Rachel
because we talked about it earlier.
movies.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Man.
Josh is really upset that you haven't seen The
okay.
Notebook. Can you
Wedding
please watch The Notebook this
Wedding
weekend?
Crashers
I'm not.
and The Notebook.
No, boycott.
She's just yelling veto.
No, Wedding Crashers. You got to see that.
Wedding
This is
Steve.
Notebook
I haven't
movie
even seen
about?
The Wedding Singer. Like, just saying.
That's good with Drew Barrymore.
Have
you
you
don't
guys
like
seen
Drew
The
Barrymore?
Wedding Singer?
You don't like Drew Barrymore?
I love Drew Barrymore. Actually, she's my favorite.
50 First Dates? Did you watch that one?
I did.
Well, then this one was better
Yeah,
than
it's
that
better
one.
than 50 First Dates.
That's
like
what
the-
spawned that
It's
one.
like the prequel to 50
They've had like 3 movies together because of the first one.
You better check Netflix.
Oh, sorry. 3 that people care about.
Yeah, Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore have like 20 on Netflix.
Yeah, they got a
Wow.
bunch of Netflix.
Maybe not
movies.
that many,
Well,
but
no,
it's at
no,
least
but I'm
And
3
then
or
I
more.
like, I like that other one that they that she has kids or something, and he.
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
no, that one is blended.
Yes.
Listen, Cassandra, Mo, if one of you want to call
Call
in and talk
in.
to her about the
Call
Notebook,
in. Please call in. Cassandra,
please try
or
to
Mo,
convince her.
Hurry up.
702-608-3259.
Because Quan's going to get off message in about 35 seconds. So I got to keep it going
just saying.
while I
She has
keep it
not
going.
seen the Notebook. Listen, that was, and it was fake. But when it on MySpace, when it's like favorite movie, I put the Notebook because girls loved when I had the Notebook.
my
Oh my gosh,
God.
I love that movie too. I'm like, I know it's just.
What is this movie even
I got-
about?
Man, when I tell you that movie, that's one of the first movies I was like,
It'll get you every time.
I don't
tell
know
her.
about every time. Can't get me every time. But that first time,
All right.
I
You know
was
what
hurt.
gets me every time, and I put this on Facebook yesterday, the Jimmy V speech.
That one's not bad.
Because, like, every time you see it, it's like, dang, dude is, like, dying. Stop it.
Who?
I forgot. I
We're
talked
talking
about
about
death in front of
death.
Josh. I talked about death in front of Josh.
Wait a minute,
Stop it.
Tina,
Yes.
Tina, you're...
Because I watched the
She
show.
watches the show, Josh. Everyone knows that you laugh at death.
I don't laugh at death.
You
Just
do
have-
laugh at
just-
death.
just
Anyways,
have
we got a caller.
impartiality.
We got a caller. We saved Josh by the call. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Mo, and
Uh.
I cannot believe that you haven't seen The Notebook.
Haven't.
I own that movie. Like I'll loan it to you. if you still
I
have it.
did. I do too, Mo. I understand, girl.
Or Blu-ray. I can only watch it once though. Like I bought it, watched it, cried like a baby, and I've never watched it again.
It's like loving
Listen.
basketball. You only put it on every now and again. You don't
Give
you-
me-
Never
Mo,
seen that either.
Mo, bring it to the studio.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
She just said she
okay,
never been-
hold
she
on.
never saw Love
We're
and
gonna
Basketball.
get into that in a minute. Bring it to the studio. We're gonna invite Steve and Stina to watch the Notebook, and we'll just have a Notebook watch party. And the studio's big enough to do that now.
It's big enough,
And
but
it is-
the Notebook has to be in an intimate, at
The
home
lights will be off.
setting.
No,
You
no,
gotta be
no.
able to
I
cuddle.
need to see the reaction. They can have the futon.
It'll totally draw you in. Like I can see it on my shelf with all my movies, and I just skip past it. It's like I'm not in the mood for it tonight. I just can't.
We're gonna have a
Between that
Notebook
and
watch party.
I just read the
Yeah.
synopsis, man. This movie sounds a little too.
Between
I
that
don't
and
know.
Still
A
Magnolias,
little too
those
white.
have
Say
me-
it, Steve.
All I know is
Little
the
too
rain
girly.
scene or something. That's it. Is it like the mailbox or something?
No,
The
you know what I'm talking
mailbox?
about with
Oh.
no,
with Keanu
no.
Reeves and somebody?
No.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking
I've
about.
never
No.
heard of that in my life.
It's a
Now
good
that you
one.
say it, it does sound pretty white. The more I'm reading about it,
Oh, it's a very white movie.
but I didn't think about that till
I
you
didn't
said
say
it.
that it wasn't white.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
just-
no one
yeah.
said that.
Just
All
read
right,
the synopsis.
all right. Next up, Mo. We heard something,
Yeah,
and Josh is bringing it up. Stina has also not seen the Black Notebook, Love and Basketball.
Thank you, the Black Notebook. Exactly.
Black Notebook.
Exactly. Love and Basketball.
hang
I'm
up the
sorry,
phone
I've
right
seen
now.
that 35 times.
Yeah, literally.
I'm
Okay,
gonna hang up
so-
the phone right
No,
now.
let me
I'm gonna hang
explain.
up the phone.
That's
right
why
now.
I've
Let me
dated black
explain
girls
with
before.
this one. So
That
with
movie
Love and
alone-
Basketball,
Go ahead.
that came out when I was in middle school.
No, it didn't.
probably.
No, it didn't. No. We were in high school.
She's younger than me.
I'm sorry.
how
I
old-
was in middle
how old
school,
are you?
and the reason why I know this
Can
is
she
because
know
my
her
mom,
own age, Josh?
How
like
old is
I was
she?
in middle school. My mom came and picked my sister up from school because she wasn't feeling well, and they went to see that movie. And I never got to see it, and I boycotted it, and I was done. Plus, I just start liking basketball, like literally the sport basketball.
But did you
within
like
the
Love
past
before
year.
that?
I didn't really.
You
I
could
mean, I
watch
knew
half of
parent
it for the
love.
love.
I knew parent love. I didn't know that type of love. Like that wasn't for me.
Well, you were in
But
middle
like I said, I
school.
was in middle school,
Wait,
so
you-
I never,
school?
I never watched it.
When they love, let me.
All I have
How old
to
are you,
say-
Steve?
Hold on, let Mo. Go ahead, Mo.
I just can't. I mean, I'm floored right now. I mean, I get it that you were in middle school, but like, there were a lot of movies that weren't around when I was like a kid that I went back and watched just because they were considered classics.
See, no desire.
No, you
No
probably
desire
don't
for
have
that.
to. I don't know.
She's in high school.
Even good luck with your life. I don't
What
know.
year? My life is great.
Wow.
What year was it?
Nonsense.
2000.
I'm sorry. I love her, but that's crazy. Like, you've got to go
coming
back
out
and watch
of
that. If
middle
not
school,
for
I was
Sanaa
great.
or Omar Epps or Boris Kojo. Boris Kojo has a blip in it. Just go back for him. Do me that solid.
Wow.
But I will be bringing the Notebook in. I will bring that in.
We
for
need
you
to
guys.
bring Love and
Have a
Basketball
great
in also.
show.
Thanks,
I've
Mo.
got them both.
All
I've got them both inside the
All right,
house.
check out Mo every Wednesday on Girl Chat Sport right here on Gorilla Cross
I will,
Radio.
in defense of my wife, I will say she grew up in a very strict home. Like, for you black people that know, her mom was super saved. Okay, still is super saved.
Super safe.
Super
So yeah, it wasn't.
Like, she got a cape and everything.
Wasn't
Yeah,
no
extra Jesus.
wasn't no worldly
Got a
movies being
cape.
watched in their house. So I mean, that's why she hadn't seen a lot of these movies.
Well, how did
but-
you
I
ever?
told you-
how
I
did you
told you
ever
earlier.
Don't be a menace.
Listen,
to
no,
South
because we
Central if
convinced
she-
her. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay,
don't
okay.
be a menace to society
No,
while
South
drinking your.
Central,
No, no,
sis.
no.
Don't be
Don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice in the
No,
hood.
don't be a menace to
To
South Central. while
I
drinking
watched it.
Well,
Mama.
that whatever. Anyway, so that movie, she rented it. We talked her into it. She rented it. We got home. We put it in the VCR. It played for 2 minutes. She pressed the button, ejected it, and called them back like, "Hey, I have a movie that we shouldn't be watching. Can I come in and exchange it?" And that's
She
what
didn't
did.
rewind it?
And so for any of
It was
our,
only 2 minutes
yeah.
in.
Hey,
so
that's still 2
you
minutes
know
you
what
gotta
I'm saying?
rewind.
See, look, that's another thing kids don't
Yeah,
understand.
our
Kids
younger
don't
listeners-
understand that. They don't
Right,
understand
you'll get
that.
fined if you don't rewind.
the young listeners do
Be
not
kind,
know
please rewind.
that we had to go
hold
to a
on.
place.
What'd you say?
You'll get fined if you don't rewind.
Okay, in the white neighborhoods, it was just be kind rewind. So it's
Yeah,
like, there was
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
option.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, you
Nah,
have to pay
that's-
like $2.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it
it's-
was
Oh, yeah,
like-
we never had to do that.
It was
we
like
had
a
to pay
dollar or
the
something,
whole
yeah.
the $1. Like, there was $1 to rent it, and
Yeah.
if you didn't rewind it, you get charged
Okay,
another $1.
see, for the people that say there's no such thing as white privilege, that right there proves that white privilege has existed at least since the 80s.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
these kids got it
That's too
so
funny.
easy. They got Netflix and
Man.
Disney Plus. Man, we had to go
Digital
somewhere
stuff.
and hope the movie was available.
Right,
Oh, you're
exactly.
Ugh, man.
Sports Nista said the Notebook has no color, neither does Love and Basketball. And Sports Nista also said Love Jones is the Black Notebook.
Haven't seen
Love
that one
Jones.
either.
Oh,
I know. I'm,
And so
I'm,
here's
I'm
Let's just get
telling
off her.
you.
Let's just get
but
off
see,
her. right
sometimes
now.
like see movies like that where I've seen Love Jones.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not into like sappy love stories. Like if people die or get
seen
killed,
Boomerang.
those are my movies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I respect
So,
the heck out of her seeing Boomerang.
You know,
'cause
and
that
then certain
wasn't
people
even-
like
I
Eddie
had to
Murphy
sneak,
or
I had to sneak
you know.
to see that one. Yeah.
So yeah, man, you know.
Like, I didn't see What's Love Got to Do with It. We couldn't watch that. So no, I saw it now.
Oh,
But what
okay.
I'm saying is I didn't see it like when it came out and all that stuff and it was all hype and all that.
So-
I had to actually go back and watch that.
So like all the comments of eat the cake during high
Yes,
school and
I-
stuff,
I-
you didn't get none of those.
No, during high school I did because that's when I saw it. So Eat Cake Anime, yeah, because
okay.
my name, that people try to make fun of me, but
all right.
yeah. So I've seen that one and I love that movie, but my mom wouldn't let us see it.
See, you loved it though.
Right.
So please
But
just trust.
I'm
just
also a
trust
major
me.
fan of like music, and that ties right into it.
Fair
so.
enough. So what are 3 other classic movies that everyone has seen that you have not seen?
She
Probably everything that you're gonna.
A
Yeah. 'cause
lot of them she's only seen like parts of.
Like
you know
Love
what
and
I mean?
Basketball. I didn't
So-
even think that was even. I was like, oh yeah, everybody's seen Love and Basketball.
Mm-mm. No.
I got white girls that see Love and Basketball.
I've seen the most recent Love and Basketball. It's not really Love and Basketball, but it's the movie with Queen Latifah and Common.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet
That
God,
one.
get me off the air right now.
That was such bad acting.
Get me
But I'm
off.
just saying, like, that's like the closest to it that I've seen.
No, it's not. Because
gosh.
Queen Latifah in almost any movie, I swear they pair her with every black woman's love interest, and then it'll be Queen Latifah, and I'm like, these two people would never mix ever in life, ever and ever.
But hey,
Especially Queen
Oh.
Latifah.
but she Queen Latifah though.
Unless
See,
it's, unless it's,
you went there.
Well, she's gender fluid.
Right.
She is.
Man, I be trying to just not even talk about people's like sexual orientation. Like I have no desire to know or care, but
But
I think
she
she
puts
is
it out
one
there.
where
I'm
you
not
kind
racist,
of like
but
I moved.
I don't
past
talk
it.
about people's
Yeah.
sexual orientation, but Go ahead.
Y'all
Steve,
keep bringing it up. That's
What were you gonna say? Say it.
Nah, she is one that you just kind of do like.
know?
Will you just come out and say if you is or ain't? We need to know.
Is you is you ain't my baby?
Is you is or is you ain't?
Is you
We just
is
wanna
or
know.
is you
You
ain't?
ain't my baby.
We gonna love you the same. We just want you to say it. so we can
Doesn't
stop.
matter to me.
I'm just tired of hearing
Oh
rumors
my
and
God.
speculations about certain people. It's just like,
What was that with Don Faison? He's like, you know what I want. What movie was that? I'm trying to think right now. I can't
Stina
think.
hasn't seen it.
Stina definitely hasn't seen it. Oh no, I'm really trying to think. Oh.
Clueless?
Remember the Titans? No,
I've
when
seen
he
Remember the
when
Titans.
he
We just watched that last week.
On Disney Plus.
That
first.
one was
Yes,
that
I did
one was
actually.
sweet.
It was on Disney Plus.
That's a really good movie though.
It's great. But yeah, no, Don Faison where he was when he was talking to Sunshine, he was like, I mean, it don't matter, but it's like, well, if it doesn't matter,
yeah.
then I mean, why are you care? Like,
yeah.
you know what I want to know.
You know what I want to know.
We got 10 minutes. We got to close out the show in a minute. So let's jump to football real quick.
All right.
Oh, Coles Vinatieri may not play again this season. Todd, give me another kicker.
He's retired.
I didn't even know I had Vinatieri. Because I don't pay attention to any other players in my fantasy. Come on. I successfully have a 99.9% 49er fantasy team. And I did that strategically throughout the season. And I could not get my kicker. Wait, he was injured. Did somebody drop him? No, he might be available.
He's not available.
He might be available.
Would you like me to pull it up?
Is
I'll
that
pull it
yours?
up. No,
Because
I have
he was
butt
out for 3 weeks, so that means somebody replaced him with somebody else. So he might actually be available. I might have a full roster by the end of the season of 49ers.
Didn't Todd say he had spoken?
You don't know what that means.
What?
You don't even know what that means.
Well, I mean,
Because guess what? You don't watch The Mandalorian.
I know what I have spoken means. That's why I found it funny. But if it had a Mandalorian tie, then no, I don't know what it means.
Exactly.
I can't say that I don't.
You don't watch nothing, Josh.
I watch a lot.
Let's get on you, Josh.
What are you watching these
Let's
days,
get on
Josh?
you.
What show are you watching right now?
I am
Well,
on
he
a,
surely isn't
I
watching
am
Watchmen.
I am on a power outage.
Power ain't even on right now.
I know.
So what you watching in place of Power?
I just watched The Irishman. If you watch that,
Oh my God.
there you go.
It's
You
3
have it.
hours, bro. I don't even have 3 hours at one time.
That's right.
I might be able to watch it tomorrow, maybe, but I
don't-
doubt it.
I don't want to hear
We'll
you.
see.
I don't want to hear you.
Now, Irishman was in movies for like a week and then Netflix.
Yeah. It was made for
But it was
Netflix,
made
but
for
they
Netflix.
they
But
put
they
it at
put-
the movie theaters too. Yeah.
That's cool.
all
So
right.
for people that paid for it in the movie theater, you're weird
Yeah.
because you could have got Netflix
Well,
for a whole
sometime-
month for that same price.
But sometimes that theater experience
It's
is
different.
is nice. There's some movies I really want to see in the theater, and other ones I'm like,
I
I'll
haven't
wait
seen
for
any
it.
classics in the theater.
Haven't, but they actually do have some that play back. You just
Yeah,
gotta find them.
they'll do little throwback movies sometimes.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about going to them.
You
Okay.
know,
But I don't.
the one that will always get me though is Lion King. Not this new crap, but the
Whoa.
old one.
Kareem.
I never saw the new one.
Yeah, don't
Kareem.
waste your money.
But did Cream replace him with somebody else while he was hurt for 3 weeks?
Mayor, but I think he got him back.
Jerk. Cream, just give him up, please.
He's also a Niner fan. Let him have him.
Yeah.
Can't have everything.
I want all the Niners. I
can't
almost
have-
picked up McLaughlin just to have the backup, and then they cut him.
Good.
Mm.
Not good. He actually did good. He only missed that major field goal in overtime to lose to Seattle.
Good night.
Going back to football, let's end it with the Thursday night game tonight. 2 6-6 teams are playing each other. One has a division lead, though, which is so weird to me. We got the Bears and Cowboys. I believe it's in Chicago. Who do you guys
Yeah, it's
got
in
in this
Chicago.
game, man? It's a big game. Dallas needs to win these games because even though Eagles keep losing, they're right there. I think it's only a game behind right now. Let me pull up the standings real quick, but I think they're only a game behind.
Yeah, Eagles are like a game behind, something like that.
Who do you guys got in this game tonight? In Chicago.
Sadly,
6-6. Eagles are 5-7, but I think Dallas has won the one game they've played against each other.
sadly enough, the Dallas Cowboys are going to win.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
It's not snowing. I just checked.
Yeah.
I
I
wished
mean,
it
well,
was.
It's still cold.
Chicago,
Cold is cold.
it's
44
not in
degrees.
Chicago that
Ooh.
matters.
That's it?
Yeah, it's 44 degrees.
That's how much it was here last
It'll
night.
be 44 at game time.
Oh, that's
and
nothing.
drop down to 41.
Oh, yeah, Cowboys.
Weather won't be a
Cowboys
factor.
winning for sure.
Weather's not.
Yeah,
a big
it's
deal.
not
not
that
a
it's not
factor
that they're in Chicago or the weather or anything. It's Trubisky. I mean, if you're playing against Trubisky, you're gonna win. I mean,
but it's the Cowboys too, though. You could say
Yeah,
the same thing
that's
about
very-
it's the Cowboys.
that's very true. But I think the Cowboys' defense against Trubisky is better.
Their defense is very average.
Yeah, but Trubisky is very terrible.
Yeah, but you could say that.
He's
but,
good and terrible.
but then you look at the Bears' defense
That boy
against
good and terrible.
the semi. I mean, they've been playing bad.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper can't
They have
catch a ball,
that's
or
the
he's
other-
not even getting thrown to.
Not getting thrown.
Zeke is a
Zeke?
very average running back this year.
yeah. He got that money, but
That's fine, but that
But
money's
nah,
not
I
going to
mean,
win you
I-
Super Bowl.
Money and a
know.
lot of belly shirts.
yeah, that's another. Is he gender fluid? Never mind. I got the Cowboys.
So you
I
got
think the
Cowboys.
gonna
Josh, who you got?
As much as I would like to pick the Giants,
Bears.
The Bears.
The Giants. Jesus.
Yeah, where,
I
where
haven't
you
eaten
at, bro?
today. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I know.
It's
I
time.
thought you were bringing food.
What game are you talking about?
Did I say that?
Yeah, look at the chat group.
Did I? I'm broke for all that. Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure I got gas. Yeah. As much as I would like to pick the Bears, I actually think the Cowboys probably gonna win.
All
Just
right.
because it's that time of the year where they might start to try. All they need is 2 more wins, and they probably get the division.
Yeah, I got the Bears. I think Bears are going to win this tonight. I'm going to look. Who does Dallas have to close out? I think they all have division games after this. Oh, no, Rams, at Eagles,
And
and then
at
Washington to
Redskins.
end the season.
Wait. Is
Yeah.
it at Redskins or is it in Dallas?
In Dallas.
It is in Dallas. That's what I thought.
They didn't rename them yet.
Nope.
You stay over there, Stina Huff.
And then the Eagles have, let me pull up their remaining schedule. They got the Giants this week at home, at Washington, Cowboys at home. So, I mean, they could actually, because they're all division games,
Yeah.
they could actually come up, and we'll see what the Eagles can do. I mean,
back into a playoff.
back into the
appearance.
playoff. Yeah,
This is the worst division in all of football.
Hey man, I need you to back up off my division.
they could win
Look,
it.
God
I
bless.
have Dallas.
Got Dallas?
Thanks.
All right.
God
What's your
bless.
analysis on this game?
Only because
Steve said.
it's because it's my father-in-law's favorite team.
Oh,
That was sweet.
Yeah, my dad is a diehard Cowboys fan
Oh,
forever.
okay.
It's the only reason I don't really like unleash my wrath against the Cowboys.
Oh,
I don't want to give my dad a heart attack or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
what about college football, Quan? A lot of the college championships are this week.
Alabama's not in it, so that's a good
Thank
thing.
the Lord.
It's the
Well
first
done.
time they haven't been in the college playoffs, right?
Yes.
If they had a
Yes.
black quarterback, they'd be in.
I mean, they have a Hawaiian one.
That
Two of them.
Maybe.
No, don't base
you
your
say
stuff on
two
the
of
rock.
them?
Don't even
Talking about some-
don't even base your
Uh,
stuff on the rock.
I heard you, but I didn't.
Two of them.
Yeah. Good job.
Two
I-
of them.
I got it.
Get it?
It took me a second.
Have we seen the last of Nick Saban?
No.
No,
Is it over?
Last
No.
Nick Saban.
No.
What the heck?
No.
He's
Not
gonna win
yet.
it next year.
Okay.
I don't
Oh
know.
no, you
That I don't know.
So
It was-
USC's first game next year is against Alabama. So
That's
with
just-
them not making this, they're gonna kill. It's gonna be a bad game. USC decided to keep their coach, which everybody thought he was fired. Everybody thought he was gonna be gone. They thought they were going after Urban Meyer, which I think they probably did behind the scenes. And Urban said no.
Basically.
And so like, oh hey, wait, where are you going? No, bring your stuff back. We were joking about the rumors. Come on, we're signing you to an
They're just
extension.
rumors.
There's a
It's
5-year
fine.
extension.
He got a 5-year extension?
4 or 5, but you have to do
Wow.
that if you're bringing the coach back.
Wow.
With recruiting,
Yeah, no, you do have to do that for
you
recruiting.
can't have a 1 year at a time coach if you're trying to recruit players. It doesn't work that way.
That sucks. I wish that college would be better. Well, not even so much the colleges, but just that you have to really like me as a kid. Like I love you as a coach. Okay, cool. If you leave, I mean, I don't know. We just came up different. These
Yeah.
kids feel like they got too much control over their circumstances and situations. It baffles me a little bit sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I blame their parent
I do too.
not making them stick to the team.
I do too then. All right, let's give. We haven't done this in a while because we haven't been doing Thursday shows. Let's give our Sunday picks real quick.
Ooh.
We don't have to analyze the picks. Let's just go through them.
No analysis.
You guys both got the Cowboys. I got the Bears. Night, Sunday, Panthers at the Falcons. Steve, who you got?
You said Panthers at the Falcons?
At the Falcons.
Ugh. They're both going to lose.
He's claiming a tie.
Carolina.
Josh.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
I got Atlanta, too, at home.
Falcons. You forgetting about me. I'm sitting here.
Okay, who you got?
The Falcons.
She said the
Okay.
Falcons.
Ravens at the Bills. 10-2 Ravens, 9-3 Bills. This is going to be a big game right here.
It's a very big game.
What can the Bills defense do against Lamar and
Nothing.
his the dark football?
Ravens. Weather in Buffalo.
Oh,
I mean,
it's going to be interesting.
They just won in bad weather the other day, though.
Let's see.
Oh, man, this is the tough one.
I say the Bills.
Nope.
Bills?
It ain't
Only
It's going to be
because-
fine on Sunday. It's going to be fine. Ravens.
The Bills will lose, and they'll just say, "Oh, well, it was Lamar Jackson. What'd you expect?" Like,
It's a
that's
dark
what's gonna
football.
happen. Yeah.
Can we have a white football?
Football was dark.
Maybe pink?
Can we?
I'm actually going with the Ravens,
They should
too.
do a red one.
I think Bills Bills
Red
defense is
skins.
going to get exposed this week.
Exposed.
Exposed. I mean, they have a great defense, but it's
It can be exposed.
going to be exposed. All right, Bengals at the Browns.
Ugh.
They finally won a game last week against the Jets, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Jose's team.
I got the Browns. They're not winning 2 in a row.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Browns too. I mean,
All right, Stina. He put an I mean in there, which usually means about
Pause,
when I was
pause.
playing soccer.
Go, Stina.
You said the Bengals or Brown?
Yeah.
I'll say the Bengals.
Okay.
I'm actually going to take the Bengals.
Okay.
Andy
And this
Dalton.
is another game I think they could.
Andy Dalton is back.
Hey. And he
And
has
he's-
something to prove. He wants to have a job next year.
He's playing for a contract
playing-
somewhere else.
Playing for a job next year.
So I wouldn't be shocked.
All right, next game, Packers against Washington. I got the Packers in a blowout.
Dang, so you got them covering. You greasy
Ooh,
rat.
How many points is
12.5.
it?
Yeah,
12
yeah,
points?
definitely.
13.
It's a 17-point win.
Negative.
Green Bay.
17-point win. In Green Bay.
Green Bay shall win, but
So
only by
Washington.
5.
You got Washington?
Who is Washington? I'm, I don't.
The Redskins.
We don't.
The dead Indians.
I'll take them.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't even pick them.
You didn't pick them?
Wow.
No, I said we're going to lose by 5.
Okay.
We'll cover.
Lions at
a
the
lot of points.
Vikings.
And the Vikings will win.
I'm going with Vikings.
Yeah.
At home,
Yeah. Well,
playoff push.
no Matthew Stafford, so it's
Yeah,
different. I can't. Even though I don't like Kirk Cousins, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
He'll pump the stats up.
I don't like their colors, so I'll go with the opposite of the Vikings. whoever.
There you go.
The Lions.
Lions.
You don't like purple and gold.
She
I don't
picked-
like
she-
them.
No, I like it when ladies do that though. I
mean,
like the
yeah,
powder
that's-
blue, and then they'll be right. And it's like, God bless. it.
All right, the game of the week, which I'm not sure why this wasn't flexed to Sunday night. Who's playing Sunday night? Oh, Seahawks and Rams?
Oh,
Well, when
Oh.
Sunday night?
when
That's
they-
Sunday night game.
All
We're
right,
not picking that game
all right,
yet.
game
we're
of the
we're
week,
picking
game of
the
the week.
morning game. This should definitely be a Sunday night game. 2 10-2 teams was not flexed to Sunday night. This is a travesty. 49ers at the Saints. 49ers defense is going to eat them up. I'm sorry.
Woo! What's the
know-
line?
Minus 2.5.
So technically, they're claiming the Niners are going to win.
No.
Yeah, because it's in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Remember,
New
home,
Orleans minus
home-
2.5.
Yeah, home gives you +3. That like, so when it's even, that technically means that the road team is technically the favorite. So when they're like basically with field goal and all that nonsense, the house gives them 3 points just because they're home. That's what home field advantage does. So if it's 2.5, that means technically they're leaning more towards the Niners.
Yeah.
Sorry for the long-winded explanation.
I thought we
So
were
who you
supposed to
got? Who you got?
Analyze, right?
New Orleans.
Stina, who you got?
The Saints. Only, yeah.
Do it, Steve.
It's painful. The
I'm going
Niners.
against one of my coworkers. That's
I think the
Okay.
Niners. I gotta pick the Niners.
No, that wasn't what you were supposed to do.
I know, but they're gonna win.
Fair.
Are they though?
Fair.
No, they're
Yeah.
not. They're not.
They're going to
But
win.
I don't know.
But
Fair.
this definitely should be the Sunday night game.
Yeah,
if
no,
you could
no,
flex,
that's-
you should have
That's
flexed.
that's definitely well. And then you said the Rams versus Seahawks.
Which is
That
I
game,
actually
it's a
think that's
good
a good
game,
game.
but
Good
it doesn't.
game, but
it
the
doesn't
Rams
have
aren't what
impact.
they.
Doesn't have
Yeah,
impact.
when they
on
made this schedule,
playoffs.
that game seemed like a good game.
That game would have been a great game, but it should.
But that's why they have the flex.
because you can flex.
But I'm
They
not
should
sure. Maybe you can't flex with because they flexed 49ers a couple weeks ago.
No,
I'm not
no.
sure. I don't know. I'm not sure how you could flex, but I feel like they flex the Patriots every week, every year. So,
Definitely try.
all right, Dolphins and Jets. What a horrible game.
Anybody got a quarter I could flip?
Real talk, man. I'm going with the Dolphins because Jets just gave the Bengals their first win last week.
Yeah, Miami just put the flu flams on the Eagles. I'll take the Dolphins.
Josh, who you got?
Dolphins.
Yeah. Stina.
Whatever the opposite was, but y'all say it.
The
'cause I
Jets.
wanted to be. Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, next one. Colts versus the Buccaneers. Man, rough game right here, man. I'm going with the Colts in this. This is definitely a coin flip.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one just because both teams are Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
James is coming off of a good game. I'll say the Bucks, but
Okay.
that's not. I have no confidence in that.
Stina.
Since
The Colts.
Ladies first, Steve. Gosh. Colts? All right. Steve.
I'm saying the Colts because Jameis is coming off a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have many
He ain't
two in
got
a row.
two good games in a row.
All right.
That's good.
Broncos at the Texans. I'm taking Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Texans, another team. They just don't know who they want to be. So
Yeah.
But I hear you. I'll take the Texans as well.
All right. Huff.
Broncos.
I'm taking the Texans. They got a black quarterback. It's Black Quarterback Week.
Oh God.
It's black quarterback week. So all Steve's picks have been black quarterbacks and Jimmy G.
Probably.
All right. Next game.
They picked
Chargers,
that.
who we might be watching Phillip Rivers' last couple games in the NFL.
His contract isn't up, right?
I think he has one more year left, but
No.
it's cuttable.
I think he remain. No.
I don't know. I don't know if he
no
plays.
analysis. No analysis.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
don't know if he's a Charger anymore.
You said
after
Charger
this year.
versus who?
Jaguars, horrible game. Which
Where is it?
Jaguars just announced earlier in the week that Nick Foles is in Jacksonville.
Is back to Minshew.
Yeah, back
Minch.
to Mitchell.
Minshew did all right.
Did you sneeze?
Well, you didn't
No.
say God bless you.
I got
didn't.
I got the
Crazy rat.
I got the Chargers because what they do all the time is like win unnecessary games
win
when
dumb
they're supposed to be good
Yes.
all year. So I will go with the Chargers in this game.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I would say as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Chargers.
taking the Chargers.
Huff.
Chargers.
Oh. Wow.
Unity. Too late. Too late. You can't take it back.
I wasn't going to.
Can't take it
No,
back.
good. It just felt like a good team of workers together. Titans at the Raiders. Titans are actually 7-5, doing better than we expected.
Playing
Had
well
a
with
quarterback
Tannehill.
change. Tannehill is definitely getting a job next year. He's been playing good. He's been playing good enough to get a job.
He might be a bridge quarterback for somebody.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think he's getting a deal where it's like you're our guy.
He's not getting a Nick
But
Foles deal.
Yeah, but I think he definitely can be somebody's bridge quarterback for 2 years.
I got the Raiders in this game. They need this win. It's at home. They don't have many more games in
Home,
Oakland.
yeah.
That's crazy. They're almost
almost
the Las
here.
Vegas Raiders.
Almost here.
Stadium's almost done.
I didn't realize that they've like really made a lot of progress
Oh,
on
yeah.
the
Looks
practice facility.
Oh, I haven't seen
Yeah,
the
the practice facility's
Summerlin?
No, it's in
It's
Henderson.
in Henderson.
Of
It's
course.
right off of St. Rose.
Word?
But
Yeah,
I saw
I
pictures
haven't,
of it.
seen
I saw
that.
pictures of it. I was like, the heck did they do
But
that?
the stadium's looking really nice. They're
It
finally
is.
doing work to the outside. It's supposed to be done July 30th. So excited about that. But I'm taking the Raiders in this game. Steve,
Oh, the Raiders, yeah.
Stina.
Raiders because for the reason you said, there's not many
Yeah.
more games in Oakland. I hope they win.
I'm sorry. I've been a Titans fan for like just because of the colors.
Since
When
remember
I
the
was-
Titans.
You
No,
like baby blue.
No, I do.
She likes
I mean,
baby
that's a
blue.
good color.
I
They
had- I
definitely have
had,
nice jerseys.
So who was on the Titans? Like the
Eddie George.
no.
No.
That was Steve
Steve
McNair.
McNair.
Steve
Him.
McNair.
I think I had his jersey.
Well, someone else had his life. Next game, Chiefs at the.
Steve McNair was killed. She didn't know
That?
by his mistress,
by his mistress.
and then she killed herself, and did it so she would fall on top of him after she was dead. It was weird, but that's what happened.
See, that's
Classic
just a lesson
Romeo and
for you.
Juliet.
Treat him like
It's
a
a lesson for you.
prostitute.
Lesson for you. Don't cheat.
That's right.
Don't have a side piece. Side piece had a side.
Hey,
I was waiting for him to just be able to let that laugh out that he was trying to let out.
hey.
Oh no! I was
Every
prepared
time,
for that one.
every
That was
time
road
the
itself.
subject of death comes up, Josh finds a joke.
Hey man, side piece had a side piece.
Yeah, she did.
It is what it is.
Man,
Chiefs at the Patriots. I am going with the Chiefs in this game. They've been on the uprise. Patriots, listen, they're 10-2, but they've still been struggling even in some of the wins they've had. But it's also Tom Brady at the end of the year. You just can't ever count them out. But I'm going with the Chiefs in this game. This is going to be a good game, though. Another game that probably should have been flexed instead of.
That either of those games
Yeah.
would have been great to be flexed. But to your point, they always flex Tom Brady. I would like to see the Patriots win just because it would calm down a lot of the craziness. But at the same time, Andy Reid is my coach for the fantasy. So
Okay.
go Chiefs.
All right. Stina.
Patriots.
Don't bring her anymore. Steve. No, I'm joking. It's actually, people love having you on the show, and we actually got people talking because of the notebook.
See, that brings out some passion.
It does. Steve.
oh, I'm taking Kansas City.
All right.
I think they're moving up.
All right. Another bad game. Well, actually, not a bad game. Steelers are 7-5. Is Mike Tomlin coach of the year? He has to be.
It's him or Harbaugh. It's someone from out of that division, or possibly yours as well. But yeah, possibly.
I just feel, 49ers stacked their team, stacked their defense, which he could. But at the same time, the Steelers have went through so much this year.
Fourth string quarterback. and they're still winning
Losing
games.
two of their best players, going to a third and fourth string quarterback.
Well, losing three of their best players because Big Ben fell
Big
down
Ben, yeah.
too.
But losing two
But physically losing, yeah.
trades and
Yeah.
free agency.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a lot. 7-5. I feel like he's coach of the year. Coach of the year doesn't necessarily, to me, mean you have the best record.
Yeah,
It's how did you coach and get the best out of what you had? Because this should easily be a 4-win team.
or less. They've been on the mat multiple times this season. And
These are the
continue to come back.
times that people forget about when they say, oh, well, when is the last time Mike Tomlin took them to the Super Bowl? They should get a new coach because they haven't won anything. Well, but then you look at this. Like, how many other coaches could do this with this? You got a quarterback.
Yeah, I'm going with
people,
Steelers.
Whatever. But, yeah, all right, yeah.
Steelers versus
the Cardinals.
Steelers.
And it's in Arizona. The Cardinals have played good, even in their losses. A lot of these losses, they've played really well in it. So,
Yeah.
they're definitely an up-and-coming team with Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Stina,
I have to choose the Cardinals
because you like birds?
because they are originally from St. Louis.
Oh, that's true. Good job. Look at her. A lot of
You got
people
more-
watching don't
you
even
got
know
more, You got more sport knowledge than you lead on.
Only because of him. See, he didn't give me all the movie stuff, but he got me some of the sports stuff. He got me liking basketball.
He still is.
I like how
under
how
investigation.
I like how Talia didn't comment all show until I said something about Tom Brady.
Hi, Nat. Go,
Hey.
Steve. What you got?
Oh, Pittsburgh. I ain't picking Arizona.
St. Louis or not?
Well, and my manager is in Arizona too,
Okay.
So, just
All
in
right.
case. It's like,
Oh,
There you
I
go.
picked your team.
I picked your team. Hey, watch my show. I have a new sports show with these guys that I let in on my show.
I let it.
I don't know what
I
I'm
don't know
talking
who
about.
they are.
I know who they are, but it's my show.
Y'all silly.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I don't have a name tag, and they do, because no one knows who they are. So. And you don't sound like that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You don't sound like a white girl Kermit the Frog.
The lights are.
That's,
That's the other. That's the
Yeah,
other.
Frank Sorrentino's office. If you need a good lawyer, call Frank Sorrentino, 702 something. All right, next game, Seahawks at the Rams. Let's go, Rams. I've never cheered for you in my life, but I need you to win this week. Come on, Jared Goff. You got all that money. I'm not analyzing this game. I'm just saying. Win for me, Rams. Let's go. They used to be St. Louis. Who you got, Stina?
I actually am going to choose the Rams only because I love
because
my
the
husband.
Super Bowl and Adam Levine.
No, because I love my husband, and that's his team. So.
Can we talk about her at the Super Bowl party? Were you there?
No, I didn't come to
Oh,
No, he
that.
wasn't there.
gosh.
Super Bowl
When
party.
Adam Levine.
Super Bowl party
Showed up?
at my house.
Well, we're having it at the
drawers.
studio this year.
Oh, Super Bowl
50-50.
party here. All right.
50-50.
Well, we're doing the show right after, so. You gotta be here now.
I may not attend. I might call
Come on,
it
that's gonna be
via
a
satellite.
highly rated show. Whoa, Biggie,
Yeah,
settle down on the instrumental.
I figured you
Right, I'm
didn't
like,
hear
wait a
that. But I
minute.
heard that a while back. He was. getting
I didn't
after
hear it, man. Tell
quite a
me
few
these
bars.
things, man. I'm
It
thinking
was
I'm playing
really- it
instrumentals.
was-
They got the hook on the instrumental.
It was really low though, so I figured it maybe just a bit me.
Whoa, I need better instrumentals. These are getting kind of ratchet.
Seahawks. Steve.
Rams. It's a rematch.
There you go.
Rams are going to win.
And
And it's a
she had
pointless
Adam
game for
Levine
them,
at
too.
halftime. She was going crazy.
I wasn't going crazy just because I
She
know
didn't sit
their
down the whole
songs.
game until Adam Levine came on.
What?
Oh, my gosh.
She knew Adam Levine songs.
Maroon 5. I'm a huge fan.
She's
Oh,
usually
you know what? I
fine.
do remember that. I remember us talking about that after.
Yeah. Quanah's trying to
After
make it
the
into
Super Bowl.
something it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go.
I didn't
Yeah.
Because he ripped his shirt off or something like that.
Oh, and
Oh,
you,
something
you
like
remember?
that.
Oh, you remember what
No,
happened?
but I'm
The
saying
highlight
that's that's how it started. I remember how it started.
Look, she's blushing over there.
No.
Okay.
You got me on camera. I'm not.
All right, and then Monday night game, a big game for the Eagles. Giants are coming into town, and guess who the starting quarterback of the New York Football Giants is?
Actually came back.
What's that?
It's gonna still be Daniel Jones.
Really? Wait.
They were
I'm
saying
Googling this.
Eli.
Hold
They were
up.
saying Eli, and then like literally today I saw something earlier. I'll bring it up.
They were,
I'm
yeah,
looking
they
for it.
were saying it. Hold on.
Anyways, rumor was yesterday that Eli was going to start. Josh killed
Josh had to ruin
that.
that. Sorry.
But we'll look that up for you, and we'll tell you Monday if that happens. But because Daniel Jones is kind of hurt, kind of not.
Ankle.
And you know what? I'm not mad. They're not making the playoffs. So guess what? Give Eli one last home game to play. Oh, or wait,
Yeah.
they're not at home, are they?
No, they in Philly.
Okay, they're in Philly, so it wouldn't matter. But I do think at the end of the year, like, give them the last home game.
Man.
Don't you think they should do that? Am I the only one?
Did I miss something? He's leaving.
Hey, I'm for whoever helps
Pretty
get
much,
the
he
Giants to
should
win.
be.
I need the Giants to win. I need the Giants to beat the Redskins.
I mean, right now
I
they're
need all these
saying,
things to happen.
are they really saying that bad ankle Jones is better than healthy Eli? Is Eli that bad
Well,
now?
is Eli that healthy, being the age he is?
The only thing unhealthy right now is his brain because he has a slight touch of Down syndrome.
That boy brain been messed up, man. That
All right,
ain't new.
Anyways,
That boy been had that goofy look on his face.
Oh,
all right.
special.
Do you guys think that they should give him one more game at home to end the season?
yes.
No.
Because
For
it's probably because
they
he won you
record?
2 Super Bowls, Steve.
What's their record? 2-10. Oh yeah,
Well, I mean-
yeah. Let
I
them play. Let them play.
That's what I'm saying. They're not going to be in the playoffs. Give him one
Yeah, that doesn't
last
even matter. Let them play.
game in front of the home crowd.
So he can leave that bad taste of loserness in everybody's mouth when they lose that game he plays. He gonna
Right.
walk out, get a standing ovation, then lose the game. People gonna be like, "I'm glad you're leaving, Eli.
Nah, I need him to
Go
win.
make commercials with your brother."
He won them 2 Super Bowls. You can't ever say anything about that.
I don't know if he won them, but okay.
Is he on Nationwide?
He was the quarterback when they won. I'll give him that.
That's the brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The brother.
I don't even know what commercials they do together.
Nationwide, I think.
He did one with
ESPN.
what was the commercial he did with
Wasn't it a beer or something? Corona.
with what's his face where he was picking him up in the Super Bowl? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
What was that
with
commercial
Odell
for?
Beckham.
Yeah.
That was the NFL commercial.
Oh, okay.
That was just NFL. That wasn't.
that wasn't
a
okay.
brand.
Yeah. So he good at commercials, but I mean,
Yeah. See,
yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know.
Eli likely started. I found it.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you said what's
You
his
said
face was
Daniel
going back
Jones
to
is.
start.
Sorry, that was yesterday, and then they came back. And they
Oh,
changed
okay.
it.
Never
They
mind.
changed it back.
My bad.
Follow Josh on Twitter to see his answer tomorrow.
When they change it back again.
They change it back again.
They changed it, and they changed it back, and they changed it again. See,
Yeah.
if you fool me once, you can't fool me again.
No, I was gonna do the wait.
And we're going to be getting into more hockey this year. Coming up soon. We haven't been talking enough hockey,
Yeah.
so we will be
No, we haven't.
getting back into that. And we did today. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis
Got-
Blues, Capitals are killing it this year so far.
Yes.
Made a really good trade. They got a 5th-round pick, and the next day, the guy they traded scored the first goal for the new team he's on. I can't remember the name of that team.
Chandler Stevenson.
I think it's
he's
the Golden
on the
Knights of
Golden
Las
Knights.
Vegas.
The Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh, the Vegas Golden Knights.
Hey,
Mm.
all I said
I like it,
before.
man. And I, you
He's
know,
fast. Chandler
I
is great.
appreciate you giving me the analysis of him
Chandler
because I
is
didn't
great.
really
I
know who he
loved
was.
him.
But
He was one of my favorites.
You know something else about the Knights?
What?
They got a black goalie.
They do.
They do.
PK
which,
Subban's
if that
brother.
becomes a
PK Subban's
thing,
brother, who's
if,
also
if
black.
that becomes a thing in the NHL,
What?
Then you know
white
who came
people are
from
going
the
to go
Midwest.
really crazy.
Yeah.
You start getting a whole bunch of black goalies.
Bunch of black goalies.
Black goalies doesn't really matter as much. It's black play because black goalies, you have to know that he's black. He has the
'cause
mask.
he
The
got his
mask
stuff on.
completely covers his face.
But they don't want to see
you
them. They
can
don't want to
right
see
through
them
that
blacks.
mask.
They don't
No.
want to see them black faces putting that black puck into the net.
Like if it okay, imagine if there was a black Ovechkin. Oh God. Like
But-
Jerome
Woo.
McGinley was a big time star, but he was Canadian.
Yeah.
Like there haven't
Yeah.
like Seth Jones is probably the only I'd say black player that is from America that is a big player, but
Mhm.
he's also a defenseman. So he
Where the
he's good.
Subans from?
The Subans are from Toronto.
Oh,
My
okay,
brother
okay.
Johnny actually, their dad was the superintendent of schools in Toronto.
Okay.
And my brother had actually known all the little Subans since they were children, like since they were
All the
babies.
little
Subans.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like the
'Cause-
baby Yoda.
the baby Yodas.
Right.
they were baby Subans.
Baby Subban.
He wrote a book that said how we did it, and
But you
it
think
talks
that-
about how because all three of the children made
we
it to
gotta
the
go.
NHL.
All right, Melo's contract is fully guaranteed for the remainder of the season.
Good for you,
And you
Melo.
should if you get Player of the Week, even though you shouldn't have got Player of the Week, and we talked about that already, and we're not going to talk about that again. But check us out. Knights are playing tonight against the Islanders, going for their 5th win in a row, and I believe Subban's starting again. I know Fleury will be back soon after the death of his father. Very sad news over there. But Knights are playing a lot better, so Knights fans be hyped up about that. And we're starting the Knights podcast soon, probably in January, so a weekly hour show, just dedicated to the Golden Knights and some other NHL. So we'll be talking about that in the future as well. So listen, man, download the Gorilla Cross app. It's free. All of our shows are on there. Stay tuned. 5 o'clock, we have the final countdown. 6 o'clock, 6:15, we have the MMA and combat sports show Levels with my man Jeremy Long and the Sportsnista Cassandra in the building. So make sure you guys stay locked in for that. Today on Gorilla Cross Radio tonight, make sure you stay locked in. Download the app, follow us on all social media at Gorilla Cross, and we are outro. Thanks, Stina, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You had no idea you were going to be here.
No.
But she's like, I'm going to sit in that chair anyways, just in case.
No, not just in case. I sat in the chair because it was more
Because you were
comfortable.
trying to get out of the
Right.
camera view.
Yeah.
And ended up getting a better camera view.
Come on,
You
go
set me
Sixers,
up.
beat my Wizards.
Support black goalies.
Support your own team.
We do, the Blues.